Parts of speech. Parts of speech.
Partes de la oración.
The connectors and conjunctions.
Los conectores y conjunciones.
The 1,300 most used connectors in English. The 1,300 most used connectors in English.
Los 1300 conectores más usados en inglés.
As a case in point. As a case in point.
Como ejemplo concreto.
As a general rule. As a general rule.
En general.
As a general rule.
En términos generales.
As a last resort. As a last resort.
Como último recurso.
As a last resort.
En última instancia.
As a last resort.
En último caso.
As a last resort.
En último término.
As a matter of course. As a matter of course.
Por supuesto.
As a matter of fact. As a matter of fact.
A decir verdad.
As a matter of fact.
Con efecto.
As a matter of fact. As a matter of fact.
En efecto.
As a matter of fact.
En realidad.
As a matter of form. As a matter of form.
Por fórmula.
As a result. As a result.
Como consecuencia.
As a result.
Como resultados.
As a result.
Con ese motivo.
As a rule. As a rule.
En general.
As a rule.
Por lo general.
As a rule.
Por regla general.
As a token of my thanks. As a token of my thanks.
En señal de agradecimiento.
As a whole. As a whole.
En su conjunto.
As a whole.
En su totalidad.
As an example. As an example.
A manera de ejemplo.
As an example.
A título de ejemplo.
As an example.
Como ejemplo.
As an expression of thanks. As an expression of thanks.
En señal de agradecimiento.
As an illustration. As an illustration.
A manera de ejemplo.
As an interim measure. As an interim measure.
Como medida transitoria.
As appropriate. As appropriate.
Cuando proceda.
As appropriate.
Según corresponda.
As appropriate. As appropriate.
Según procede.
As appropriate.
Según sea el caso.
As chance would have it. As chance would have it. As chance would have it.
Por casualidad.
As circumstances may require. As circumstances may require. As circumstances may require.
Conforme sea necesario.
As circumstances may require.
Según convenga.
As early as 1930. As early as 1930.
Ya en 1930.
As far as I am concerned. As far as I am concerned. As far as I am concerned.
Hasta donde sé.
As far as I am concerned.
Por lo que a mí se refiere.
As far as I can judge. As far as I can judge. As far as I can judge.
Hasta donde entiendo.
As far as I can judge.
Por lo que se puede juzgar.
As far as I know. As far as I know. As far as I know.
Hasta donde sé.
As far as I know.
Que yo sepa.
As far as I know.
Según parece.
As far as one can see. As far as one can see. As far as one can see.
Hasta donde entiendo.
As far as one can see.
Por lo visto.
As far as practicable. As far as practicable.
En la medida de lo posible.
As far as practicable.
Hasta donde sea posible.
As far back as 1930. As far back as 1930. As far back as 1930.
Ya en 1930.
As far back as we can recall. As far back as we can recall. As far back as we can recall.
Hasta donde alcanza la memoria.
As far in advance as possible. As far in advance as possible. as far in advance as possible.
con la mayor antelación.
As, for, that, matter, as for, that matter, as for that matter,
En lo que a eso respecta.
as for that matter,
Respecto a eso.
as, from, July 15, as from, July 15th, as from July 15th,
A partir del 15 de julio.
as, has, been, noted, as has been noted, as has been noted,
Como se ha señalado.
as, I, have, said, as I have said,
Como mencioné.
as, I, have, shown, as I have shown,
Como se demuestra.
as, if, by, magic, as if, by magic, as if by magic,
Como por arte de magia.
as if by magic,
Como por encanto.
as, if, it, were, of, no, importance, as if, it were of, no importance, as if it were of no importance,
Como quien no dice nada.
as if it were of no importance,
Como si no fuera importante.
as, is, only, fair, as is only fair,
Como corresponde.
as, is, only, fair,
Como es debido.
as, is, only, fair,
Como es justo.
as it is,
Tal como están las cosas.
as, it, were, as it were,
Como quien dice.
as it were,
Como si dijéramos.
as it were,
Por decirlo así.
as, late, as, 1930, as late as 1930,
Aún en 1930.
as late as 1930,
Todavía en 1930.
as late as this,
A estas alturas.
as late as this, as late as this,
Incluso ahora.
and especially,
Por una coincidencia.
as matters, now, stand, as matters, now, stand, as matters now stand,
Dentro del régimen actual.
as matters now stand,
Según están las cosas.
as may be best, as may be best,
Según convenga.
as of July 15, as of July 15th,
El día 15 de julio.
as scheduled,
Como se ha previsto.
as soon as soon as,
Tan pronto como.
as soon as possible, as soon as possible,
A corto plazo.
as soon as possible,
A la mayor brevedad posible.
as soon as possible, as soon as possible,
Con la mayor brevedad.
as soon as possible,
Cuanto antes.
as soon as possible,
Lo antes posible.
as soon as possible,
Lo más pronto posible.
as stipulated,
En la forma prevista.
as stipulated,
Tal como se estipula.
as the case may be,
Según lo requiera el caso.
as the case may be, as the case may be,
Según sea el caso.
as the case may require, as the case may require,
Según lo requiera el caso.
as the case may require,
Según sea necesario.
as the case requires, as the case requires,
Si fuera necesario.
as the saying goes, as the saying goes,
Como dice el dicho.
as the saying goes,
Como se dice.
as the years go by, as the years go by,
Al correr de los años.
as the years go by,
Conforme pasa el tiempo.
as the years go by,
Conforme pasan los años.
as the years roll by, as the years roll by,
Al correr de los años.
as things are, as things are,
Tal como están las cosas.
as things now stand, as things now stand,
Tal como están las cosas.
as thought fit, as thought fit,
Para todo fin, útil.